fine and legit.
From Sharon Peterson from Facebook, what determines whether you chop, grate, slice, or smash the garlic clove?
Your patience level. If you have no patience and arthritis or your joints hurt, just put away your garlic peeled and grated. If you want it sliced, that's usually for effect in the dish, so it looks a certain way. Grating is the easiest. Chopping is a byproduct of smashing. If I crush the garlic, only if I'm going to mill it or process it in a food processor or put it through a food mill with mashed potatoes, do I not do anything more to it. If I smash it and just throw it in the pan, it's because that's going to get emulsified or processed in some way or ground in a food mill. Usually if you crush the garlic, it's to run your knife through it quicker and easier and make it small faster. But they're all fine and legit. And the only thing to know about garlic is not to burn it, not to cook it at too high a temp, because once you burn it, you got to start literally over and wash the pan.
From Ann Meester77 on Instagram, can you please explain the difference between bone broth, stock, and regular broth? When do you use each one? Are they interchangeable?
Totally, they're completely interchangeable. Bone stock became really popular because it's literally made with bones. So you get bone marrow and arguably some nutrients, additional nutrients, and the jelly factor, okay? The viscosity, the marrow has gelatin in it. So it has a different look and feel. But you can buy literally zero fat and you can make zero fat bone stock, but it's time consuming. You have to roast the bones or toast the bones. So it's kind of a lengthy process. And then if you want it to be zero fat, of course, it has to be skimmed or a layer of egg white put on top to remove all the impurities. So it can be very labor intensive. Stock is when we add vegetables, toasted or not, with their skins on, doesn't matter, you throw it all in there. Broth is just the byproduct of poaching, like when I make poached chicken. And you can put a little or a lot in there, but you don't want to change the color. You want it to be clear and pretty. So there are variations to the theme, but certainly you're just adding flavored liquid. Vegetable or beef or chicken or meat-based. Obviously, you can't have a vegetarian bone broth, but you can roast the vegetables. And I have taught this many times to friends where we were doing cook-alongs and they are vegetarian and we want the idea of a really hearty stock. You can roast your garlic and onion and celery and leek and carrot and all that. You can roast that to develop flavor and depth of flavor and color and get that caramelization, the development of the sugars. But generally, of course, whatever you have in your pantry, absolutely. You can even use bouillon cubes. Remember those? I'm old enough to remember those. You can use water and bouillon cubes.
Little tiny square.
Yes, of course.
Cubes.